and I will do also an update on in general about our trades. We're gonna talk about them, and then I will give you new entries and new plans for the next days, especially this week. We will have a volatile week. We already started very well this Monday, between yesterday and now. So let's go first on Zcash, so we can quickly discuss about this one. So I've been talking. I don't know if I was in this live when I talk about it, but basically, this is the spot where I spotted the first buy zone, let's say. This is where, so you know that I had a $47 average spot buy on Zcash. It was my biggest spot bag. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy about this one. I sold 90%, and now I'm just trading it. I'm waiting for the price to eventually come back to these levels to buy more. So I bought a spot bag here, a small one, but this is the kind of things that you hold for, like, 5 years. Like, okay, has pretty much the same tokenomics as Bitcoin. We have a max supply of 21 million. Okay, so limited supply means that it becomes more and more rare. Projection of the price is around 15K, 20K in the next 5 years. So I suggest you stop buying shitcoins, and this should be one of the only ones you should hold, basically. Okay, because this is a new chart. There is basically it came from around 20K. If I show you the real chart, you'll be actually shocked, but I just need to find it so you can see it yourself. I just don't remember, where is it? CoinX, I think, no? Just give me one moment. Maybe USD, like that. Coinbase, I'll find it. Just give me one moment. There you go. So it wicked from here, okay? So it's coming from very far away. This is the real chart on Zcash. So it's headed there, okay? This is a very young chart. If you see how Bitcoin started in 2011, this is how it started looking, and then it surged over the years, okay? So it's like you're buying Bitcoin basically at maybe $100 or something, maybe a little bit more expensive, but you understand where we are headed. Okay, there's much more. So I suggest that's why I made the money here. So I started reaccumulating, because the rest of the spot back is most like a long time frame investment. So I suggest you hold these, okay? Just because it offers the privacy that Bitcoin doesn't give anymore because of the control that it has. So institutions are buying this one now, and it's going to. So quick update on Bitcoin. So basically we bought a long here. So just let me change the chart. It was, I think, on Bybit. Yeah. So here we are. The entry was here. Okay. So me personally, how I decide, like when I told you that I'm trading Bitcoin level by level, basically, it's not just a support and a resistance. I'm using the fixed range profile, and I'm using from the highest time frames to the lowest time frames. And basically, this is like you have the value area high, value area low. Okay, there are some theories. Like, I will not explain you now how it works, everything, but basically this is what I use, and the point of control of the previous sessions is basically a big confluence for me when we talk about entries, and like I really like to look at the price action around the point of control, market sentiment, and it can like deliver very good setups. So here basically we have the local fixed range profile, okay? And this is like the point of control for those that don't know is like where for a given amount of time, where did traders, so buyers and sellers, interacted the most between each other, okay? So the point of control symbolizes that. This is the nodes, okay? High volume nodes, lower volume nodes. I will explain you why it's very important to read these, and I will explain after why we are gonna execute different stuff when the price comes here. So basically, when you have a range inside a value area, a fixed range here, basically what you want to see is acceptance inside the value, okay? If we start rejecting outside of the value area low here, that means that the price is looking for a different value, okay? This goes with the auction market theory, but this is something else that you have to study also. But basically, the price seeks new values, okay? So that's why I'm using this range over and over again to get my trading decision. So obviously this is a previous session. This is the current session, okay? But it's kind of getting old, okay? So the point of control here becomes a confluence. And at the same time, we have the value area high that is coinciding with the stop losses given at the yearly open. Okay, so these stop losses here are waiting to be taken. Okay, so we executed our first long here. So we had a very good bounce. Okay, as you can see, I took some other stuff here, but you can understand that it's pretty hard to give everything and update everything at the same time. I gave you the main trade, and we took the short together today. Okay, it's Monday, so it's engineered liquidity. It's very easy. So I had a limit short around these levels. Okay, so if I go on the 1 hour, why I wanted to short Bitcoin around these levels. So I know that we saw volume, but I also know that every time we pump, spot sellers are not helping us to sustain the pump, basically. Okay, so what happens here is like you have to understand two things about Bitcoin, or three. Bitcoin is very often a front runner. Bitcoin likes to sweep flat candles, okay? And Bitcoin has a very good reaction around the 706 Fibonacci retracement, okay? So if you don't want to study the range profiles and go with the auction market theory, which is a more complex way to read the market, but mostly for scalpers like me, you should know these three things, okay? Flat candles are important. Inside supply zones, 706 for Bitcoin. It can already help you very much into finding, entries. So I had this thing marked, and I was like, I canceled pretty much the trade. Yeah, basically the entry was above this flat here. Okay, so it was 92, 228 or 229. So basically it was a perfect snipe. Okay, usually I'm known, like my reputation came from the snipes basically, okay, because I know how to find the entries, but because of some personal reasons and because I wanted to bring it to another level, I'm not catching knives anymore. I really like to see a reaction first, and then I execute the decision. So we took the trade from here. So basically this happens on the 15th second, on the 30th second. We had a market structure shift around these levels here, which gives me a reason to, if I see like, let's go here. So we started creating market structure shifts on the on lower time frames. Okay, so when I started seeing a low volume consolidation around these levels, this is a level where it's a do or die situation. Okay, so because there's no trade without risk, anyways, you have to execute it at some point. Okay, pump the price here on the opening. No, not on the opening. Sorry. They pumped the price, took all the flat highs here, And when I saw like, that we rejected from this level, I was like, okay, it's going down. It's Monday. The price will visit these levels. And we were very lucky actually to have this dump because we would have missed the whole pump. So now, what happens is we are in a pattern that it's called, I call it the it's gonna bounce pattern, okay? Basically, people are starting to chase every pump here, which is wrong in my opinion. It can pump, of course, but in my opinion, now we are. If you start longing, it's like you're chasing fake pumps, okay? Because we took profits, most profits around these levels, okay? So now there's no one that is interested into buying Bitcoin. I think we will have buyers again when we come around these levels or at this level where we got front run. I don't know if I gave you that entry here, but I'll explain you what we have around these levels, okay? Okay, so good rejection on Monday. Okay, so that means that we might seek value outside of the value of the local value area, and we are going for some different levels here. As you can see, we have a nice. Here we have liquidity, which is a strong low. We can say. We had a long here and we got stopped actually. I never expected the price to come and fuck everything up because what they did is was just sweeping the low and sending. Made no sense. And I said, okay, if I get stopped here, that means that the price is coming here and didn't come and just bounced. So I had the chance to enter here with you to get at least the pump today. Okay, so uh, and now we are in a short. I know I gave you the short around these levels for the take profit because you have always to set your profits into levels you would long. Okay, it doesn't matter if they smash the level then. This is the best way to be profitable. When you take a trade, never, like, let's say you are long, okay, never bet on the fact that it's going like to pump into new highs. Always seek to take profits where at short POIs, for example, okay, or where you're shorting, it's good to take profits on long POIs. Okay, it's very important to understand this. Never bet on new highs or on new lows. Take profits, especially if you bet on a scalp where you think that the price will bounce. Okay, this is how you become profitable. Okay, and if you think that there are probabilities that the price comes a little bit lower, you can leave runners. Okay, so yeah, price keeps dumping. Okay, so people are they're longing. Basically, they're longing every bounce here, which for me is like, wrong. It's not the time to trigger any longs here. At least not yet, because I think that since we failed to sustain the price here, I think it's going to seek new lows around here. Maybe here, we'll see. But if it's Monday and we are trading around these levels, I wouldn't touch the price for new longs. The structure doesn't look good anymore. It was supposed to create higher lows. We didn't get them, so that's it. Yearly open low highs. Okay, I still wonder why they are not chasing these guys. We can see that bears are still in control, like they can control the price. They want to protect all these highs here, but they are going to be taken anytime soon. So I would say you could start sizing up more on your longs and sizing up less on your shorts, okay? Because what happens is since we started having bounces around these levels, that means that the big shorts are slowly taking profits, okay? That means that we have a big part of the game, the bear game, like losing strength, and we have a change of trend where they are going to start buying, and as soon as we have spot buyers stepping in, it's gonna be fun. Okay, higher time frames, my projections, I will explain you again what I mean about the volume profile. So I will take the highest time frame volume profile here. Okay, green line, low volume node. Okay, so what you have to understand about this, I know it's a little bit too much information right now, but this is the fixed range profile, the highest time frame one, okay? As you can see, the green line, it creates a little bit of a valley here, okay? We call them valleys. This is what we call the low volume nodes, okay? Low volume nodes also here and another one here, the 120. So the things that you have to understand about the nodes, the low volume nodes, is that this is the really where you should expect a pivot or a reversal of price, okay? And since we have a massive sell-off, we have to bet on this level here. It's absolutely important to bet on this level for a reversal and trigger a short, because it got smashed, okay? So it's going to be revisited. The box is for me pretty much where we top. If we get an impulse from around this region, let's say, okay? And I think we are not seeing new highs. I leave 10% chances that we visit new highs, but only from here, not from here. In my opinion, the price will come around the low volume node, create something like a range. We have the interest rates soon. They say that normally they're inevitable, and since everybody is expecting a cut-off rates like the second time, nothing will happen, and we are going to short it. Okay, if we see no reaction on bullish news, we are going to short them. I don't care what the price is. Okay, it worked last time, and basically, yeah, this is where I expect the price to come, and then dump around these levels. Yes, we have a weekly, the last weekly gap remaining. We lose these levels, then we go to 40K, okay? I think that we are gonna bounce around these levels, and this is maybe where we're gonna see new highs on Bitcoin, but not from here, okay? For now, you have to remember that we expect the low volume nodes, okay? Massive reaction around these levels, and this is where I'm interested into building another swing short. Okay, so this one is still printing. Okay, you are supposed to be out of the trade. What is important is like to always take profits, be serious about the business, and it's gonna be okay. Okay, let's go back to Ethereum. So I didn't share a lot of, because as you can see on this chart, like you can see that I take a lot of trades, right? Even small moves and stuff like that. You can understand that for me, it's very hard to share these things, because they need a lot of updates. You have to, like, as soon as the price moves, you go break even, blah, 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 blah. Takes a lot of energy, to execute these things. So I would be a little bit careful, because we can have misunderstandings around these levels, because by the time I share the information, lots of things happen. So it's hard for me. So I prefer to give you an intraday trade rather than doing these kind of things here. Ethereum. So we have the local point of control. We created kind of a range here. Very nice. It showed nice strength around these levels. And yesterday we dumped almost at my box. Didn't come to the box. So yes, this is what happened. And I took another long, but it was not my idea, actually. It was someone else's. We had a nice higher low, as you can see. We reclaimed the range. And it showed a little bit of strength, and now it's like correcting again. Honestly, guys, it's really weird to see this kind of things here. It's not looking good. Like, you have a very strong pump, then it dumps, then you have a low volume range, pumps again, dumps again. Like, it makes no fucking sense, bro. Okay, it's a little bit confusing. So if we expect another dump On Bitcoin, of course, this one will follow. I look to trigger longs around the 786 Fibonacci, okay? If you like to use Fibonacci retracements, if we hold, if the price is supposed to hold this region here, okay? We got front run on a limit order here. I'm super mad because we missed the whole pump. But basically, if it comes back, 786 coincides with the value area low, okay, on the local range. And I think we need to target these. These are all stop losses. They are going to be taken. So what will happen is that they're gonna stagnate the price around the fair value gaps, which is a very easy way to trap the early shorts. Like everybody, we go for shorts around here, and actually this is where we are going to push the price. So I will share the chart here. I do believe we can get this entry easy enough. If the intention of the market makers is like to smash everybody and go lower, honestly, guys, I don't want to go for a large stop loss, but around here, okay. I don't know if they want to take this one. I will be careful, but this is how we'll play this setup. And also, I have another setup on Bitcoin. I think I already shared it, but let me find it. I have so many charts. Where is it? There you go. So this is the front run we got. Okay, so the price pretty much. I'm still trying to find where we bounced actually, and I was like, when I see something, I still back test, and I'm still studying the chart to understand what happened, why here, why not at my level, and stuff like that. I don't know. Looks like we might go for it. I don't know, kind of three drive. I don't know if I can call this a three drive. So what happens here is that you go on the 13 minutes. Of course, we have very good engineered liquidity that's waiting to be taken. Of course, weekend stuff. It's easy to push the price on the downside. Oops. And now, I go on the 30 minutes. So the point of interest here, why I decide to enter around these levels, is around this double flat candles here, okay? Doji candle, flat candles. I think because I'm already trying to pretty much snipe the price. And I think this is where we are gonna get an entry, basically, okay? So what you have to understand is that the strong candle here suggests that we have a market structure shift. And it doesn't matter what the price does here, it has to come back to the entry, okay? So technically, what's happening here is textbook, okay? So we are gonna get this entry and you have to try this level. If it doesn't work, none of these levels will hold, okay? That means, in my opinion, that we go at 79, 100, where I do see the maximum bottom and the yearly low like will be protected at least for 1 month, and then we are gonna dump once we arrive 98K. So this is the very next setup. Basically, if you get stopped on the current long that we have, this is where you want to enter again. Okay, so I'm targeting the flat candles around these levels. And after I will watch if we have any spot buyers stepping in around these levels. It will be very interesting to see what they do. But I see people longing here. That makes sense to me, but I don't think it's a good idea to long around these levels. Let's say you are not in a long, not in a short around these levels, okay? What can you do? You always need a new plan. So let me delete all these things here. Let me go on a fresh chart. Let's go on Bing X. Who cares? Okay, so this is your yearly open. Is it marked? Yes. Okay, so Let's say you're sidelined, okay? And let's say the price doesn't come around these levels. The only thing that you need to do around these levels is like very simple. You have no choice but to trigger a scalp or an intraday trade on Bitcoin here. So without anything else, no range profile, nothing. Okay, what you want to wait for is like, I don't know from where it comes. Let's say you get front run, the price comes here, smashes the yearly open. Like what happens here is that we have stop losses at the yearly open, okay, key level, and now we have a push, okay. Next impulse, they will stagnate the price around these levels, in my opinion, whatsoever. Okay, the price at some point will flip the yearly open. As soon as you see the price doing that thing here, you have to be in a trade around these levels. Okay, as soon as you start seeing higher highs, small higher highs, lower highs, and I will show you a very good example here. It was on ZEC, but just on higher time frames. And we had, I gave you the trade yesterday. Okay, let's say you start seeing that thing on higher time frame, on lower time frames, basically. Okay, once we flip the yearly open, you have to do the same. You have to be here, like you have to trigger a long around these levels, and you have to we will see where we put the stop loss if this happens, but you get the point. Okay, here let's say it bounce from here, you cannot take a position with confidence around these levels. I wouldn't, but I will wait for the yearly open to get smashed once and for all, because once they do that, I think you have a room to open a trade from 94, let's say, maybe even lower, from 94 400, yeah, something like that. Stop loss under the yearly low, and yeah, basically your trade will look like that. Okay, so yeah, you will be your entry will be a little bit lower, let's say. It will look like that, but you need the flip of the yearly open. Okay, conditional entry on this one. So you have the plan, you have a limit order, you have one on ETH, you have one on two on Bitcoin, and you have one plan on Bitcoin. Okay, so today you hit you hit a nice take profit area into the long that we took yesterday. Okay, this is your problem if you want to take profits or not, go break even. This is very personal, because people ask me, should I take profits or should I, go for a, how can I say, should I take profits? Should I go break even? This is very personal, actually. I like to play the setup fully, for example. I prefer that because they often revisit the entry. Like if the price comes to your stop loss, that means that the price is meant to go, like 70% of the times the price is meant to go lower. Okay, if we are supposed to maintain a structure around these levels, that means that the price will not come here. If the intention is to create another high, they will never come into that low and take your stop loss for a small amount of time. You understand? But the thing is that they can range around here, create what we call an AMD, a small AMD on lower time frames, something like that. It can happen, happens all the time on lower time frame, and then distribute to the upside maybe tomorrow, and you are stopped from the trade. Understand? So if they want to maintain the structure, they will not come for your stop loss. Basically, that's why I like to play the setup fully. I prefer to take partials. This is what I did, and get stopped. Even like the stop loss I will eat, depending on how much I took profits I took, will be either the same as my stop loss, or even if I took profits here most of the trade and I get stopped, basically I'm profitable. But at least I know that I was wrong or not. That's the idea. So why I'm taking profits here, and why I'm not betting on the idea that it's gonna do that, and then, because in the game of probabilities, maybe it can reject the yearly open, And I like what I want to do basically is like if the price comes here, they will smash it, okay? Then it will come back. So I already made profits, and when I see the PA that I want to see around these levels, I will trigger another long, okay? Because I play level by level, basically. Yeah, so now we are at the monthly open. So this is very strange because once we flip it, then we reclaim it, then we lose it. Now it's becoming resistance. Asia Open, monthly open, weekly open. Like this is a very important level, as you can see, that we really need to. Like if we close above that tonight, we might trigger another long. But for now, it's not reclaimed, so no longs again. So if we start smashing that thing here and starting doing like that, we are gonna take maybe a small setup. Okay, time to make your requests for altcoins and stuff. I'm not touching altcoins anymore, like almost never. You saw that we had some shorts. But for me, these shit coins are only deserve to be shorted. They are not worth. They are not worth of your time, of your trust, or anything. They only deserve to be shorted. That's it. They're just hold they just mafias that hold this. I don't care what is the project. I don't care what they say and who's behind it. It's all a scam. Okay, it's all a big scam. So you just wait for them to go for their run and blah blah blah. Let them do their fake pump, and as soon as you know you start losing the levels, you have free shorts. Sometimes you get stopped because they chase the bears and stuff like that. But usually when they start, um, selling the supply and you see, this type of price action, usually it's not coming back. It's just accelerating to the downside. Like the same PA I told you about Bitcoin, when you see diagonal consolidation to the upside, usually you are gonna see a acceleration, or when it goes like that, it's going to accelerate to the downside. Simple as that. There are patterns that repeat themselves every time, so it's easy to see what happens. Next live, I will show you my entry model. This is something I do not use on Bitcoin very often, but I will show you what you can do on lower time frames. Lower time frames, there's something you can use on the one minute time frame to 3 minute time frames. And when you look at the chart, you can start, looking at patterns and things developing in front of your eyes, things that you never could see before, and it will help you execute trades. Okay, I will show it to you next time because I have another live to do, so it takes a little bit of time to explain that. So you can start scalping because the market, as you can see, doesn't allow you anymore to hold swings. Every time you catch a bottom trade, they come and destroy it. So you have to learn how to scalp slowly or execute intraday trades. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see if you have any requests. Okay, one shitcoin is STRK. And Aster. Okay, two shit coins. Let's go. STRK. So STRK gave us a, gave us some nice PA here. So it hit my line. Of course, I didn't take the short. I don't know why I didn't take the short. I forgot to put alerts. Inevitable level. Uh, what can I say? I don't know. Failed to sustain every possible structure. It's bottomed. Yes, you can bounce at any moment, print a random god candle. I don't know what this thing is. Um, shit, bro. The fuck. Okay, we have a slow PA around this thing. I would short it, to be honest. I don't know if they will chase these highs. I really don't know. I don't trade these kind of things. I don't know how they behave. So it's impossible for me to tell you what it's going to do or where is the perfect entry. What I see is that locally here we have a point of control which probably is gonna be lost. We had two retests on the value area low, and it's gonna seek the liquidity around these levels, in my opinion. As you can see, we have some other wicks around here. This should be a nice target. And this is where I would look to long it, basically, inside the box. But honestly, I would short it right there. Never long or short something because it's like bottomed or because it's like, this is where I would like to see a nice short. I don't see anything. I don't see it going anywhere. It's like shitcoin. So try take a short around these levels. If it rejects the value area low, that means that the price technically will seek a new value and other different liquidity under these levels. Okay, since the people that hold these shit coins like sold the whole supply, I don't see any buyers coming in. So for me, a short around this level is justified. I just don't know how it behaves. So if you get stopped, don't blame me, okay? Because I do not know how it behaves, basically. Yeah. Okay. Next one is Aster. So Aster, I had some nice longs when it launched and stuff like that. But this is basically CZ's coin, right? So you understand and we understand each other that whatever is like related to Binance and this motherfucker, the Chinese guy, CZ, is like to be avoided, basically. It's just to be avoided, okay? This guy is on a mission, is to extract as much liquidity as possible along with politicians, okay? So there is a big thing. You have to look at the big picture, okay? They're not here for you, and that's why he had, if you remember, he had been pardoned because he had some problems, really, really serious problems, and he got pardoned from the president of the United States. And you have to think about why this happened. Okay, it's because these people and politicians are involved into insider trading. Okay, and whatever is like it's not, he's not here to print you money. Basically, he will do whatever he can to destroy you. The way it's like, if I invert the chart, I would long that basically. Okay. There are chances that we see Aster going into the listing lows. What happens is that here the price came into a point of interest to get a new displacement and then start creating, a structure with higher highs, higher lows, get something that looks a little bit decent. Okay. All they did is like keep selling the supply, and for now the price looks like shit. Okay. So sorry, just give me 1 minute. They're calling me. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. Aster, I don't see it going anywhere unless we start creating something that looks like, decent. But do not trust anything related to Binance and CZ, okay? I think we're going for the listing lows, to be honest. But don't touch this coin. Zcash or BCH, yes, these are good choices. So we already talked about Zcash. So I gave you a trade. So what happens, we are in my buy zone, okay? Started ranging around here. And we had a nice consolidation on higher time frames, which I liked very much. This normally coincides with the, as you can see, we have a low volume diagonal consolidation inside the buy zone. This normally shows me that it's going to give us an acceleration, okay? And this is exactly what happened. Zcash, as I said, this should be one of the only spot, at least in the crypto industry, this is one of the only spot investments that you should have in your portfolio. This is the one chart that you need to, I don't know if you were in the live before. Okay, it wicked from 30K into here. So I know it pumped a little bit, but so I've average, like I bought for 3 years this coin. I have an average entry of $47. I sold around 90%, around 600. Okay, now I bought again at the buy zone, which is here, 300 area. And I'm going to buy again if it goes around 189.70, okay? Because I'm looking at the bigger picture and we have chances of going around 15K in like 5 years from now, okay? It's the future. This is the future Bitcoin, in my opinion. 21 million max supply. That means that the more time passes, this one becomes more rare and you cannot dilute it. Okay, this is very important. Offers the privacy that once Bitcoin offered that doesn't offer anymore. Bitcoin is controlled. So what happens here basically is that the Jews are buying again because they want to control it in the future. Okay, so whatever you buy here is fucking worth it because one day it will be trading around 15K to 8 to 20K. Trust me, we are going to talk again about this one. I might not be here, I don't know, but it will be trading. So I left 10% from my entry at $47, and now I'm starting to buy, but for the long term, 5 years, maybe in 2030. We have time. It's going to do some crazy stuff. The other one is BCH. So BCH, we talked about it also with my fellow traders. BCH is looking very good on the daily, actually. Okay, so if I go like that. So yeah, BCH on the daily, we have a price compression around these levels and a kind of a breakout. My only problem with BCH is like it's going too slow, brother. It's going too slow. You never know when it's going to happen. But the way I see it, if you have some spare money, to start buying, a spot position with a stop loss here, like if the price starts like, trading again around these lows, you have to sell it or just, leave it there. I don't know, it's your choice. But the way it's consolidating here, it shows me that it's going to accelerate around the daily fair value gap. Can go back to 1000. I do believe that. Honestly, it's going to accelerate. So if you can buy a spot bag, yeah. Now a leverage position, yes. Here with stop loss here around these lows, but I don't know. It's going too slow for me, honestly. Way too slow. So good coin to have spot, but even from here it goes to 1000. I mean, you're gonna make some money, but it's not like wow. Okay, so yeah. So Zcash is the one that you should be focused on. This is many will fade this one. Many faded it actually. and I bought for 3 years, guys. I sold some other stuff that I had to buy this one. In loss and in wins, I even sold like I had invested like maybe 7 to 8K on a shitcoin. I was down 3K, so it was worth the bag was worth like 4K or something. I sold and bought these things, and then I did as you can see. Okay, I made almost like six figures on a spot position, guys. So I'm serious that this thing is to be accumulated. Even here, like if you are a long-term holder, you stop listening to anybody. It's one of the most worth holding, even if it goes back here. Even if it goes to zero, if there is one shitcoin that you should be holding, it's this one. Okay, the same tokenomics as Bitcoin, very low accumulation range for like lots of time. Okay, 3 years and more. And now you have the price surging. Okay, max supply 21 million. Okay, like Bitcoin, it becomes more rare as the time passes. So it's in the books that this thing will be at 15K in 5 years. Okay, same story as Bitcoin, basically. It's like you're buying Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin around 500, yes. 200, because I don't see it going to 100K, but I do see it going to big prices. So it's like you're buying Bitcoin at like around $600 to $1,000 here. Mega worth it. Okay, so now we have a long going on. I hope we hit the full take profit, and then we see what happens. But now it's looking good. We got the pump. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Quick live. I know that I'm not doing many lives here, but I still hope you enjoyed it. We got some nice moves on Bitcoin, Zcash, so I'm pretty much happy. If you have what is good is Muro, the boss, is a very good trader actually. Very simple, very good. I like it. But still, guys, don't overtrade. Okay, don't overtrade. Like if you made some money, I suggest that you don't try every level on Bitcoin, for example. If you sized up a little bit, and you made some money, take a breath, chill out, and it's coming back. Okay, I gave you all the levels where there are supposed to be key levels, or I explained you if there's nothing to do around now, how you can execute the trade if we break, if we break the new highs, etc. So be careful out there, and we see each other around the charts soon. Okay, so be careful out there, and it's gonna be all right. If you are still in the short, what is it? Where are you? If you're still in the short, I think you're not, because I said the full take profits are on these levels. Yeah, I think you should start taking some profits. And don't forget, okay, this is where we are looking for longs, okay? If we lose these levels here, maybe we hold that and do, or it's coming here. And not into the fair value gap, but here. Okay, or if we flip the monthly open, maybe we can take a small scalp, but I might not share it because I will be doing other lives and stuff like that. Okay, see you guys. Take care.